Hello and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video. Now in this video we're looking at the final independent person who got their own trailer. The person we're talking about is Michael. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about or you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I advise you go check those out first, because I've done it in a manner where I don't cover anything that I've talked about, which I'm going to talk about. So ideally you should be watching Franklin's first, then Trevor, then Michael. I'm not going to kill you, if you don't watch him. But I've just made it that a little bit easier, so it's easier for you just to watch the three, one after another, or one a night or whatever, and then you'll get all the information. You'll know what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. So we're talking about Michael. Now in the other videos we've looked at the different backgrounds or the different traits that they may have, with Trevor kind of being this desert guy, this outlaw, Franklin being this gangman in the culture, kind of perhaps poverty state, where money's only made not by jobs but by crime and drugs, and Trevor being this guy who baseball bats people over the head, and also hijacks helicopters, and he's really a crime guy. And then we know these characters are going to come together at some point. And now we're looking at Michael. We're tossing Michael into the works, and we're going to figure out what he's doing, and we're going to look at his independent trailer. If you've not seen that, there'll be a link in the description to that and Trevor and Franklin's videos. Again, the gameplay is Cops and Robbers. This is quite a good game that plays out, and you'll see for yourself in a bit throughout the gameplay. But we're gonna bring in some pictures as well. The pictures that we have of Michael, so we've got one of him, the three of them together. We know they're coming together at some point, perhaps by the screenshot, but also by the gameplay. We've seen countless times that we've seen them both together, or all of them together. So we know they come together at some point. As for the reason why they come together, we don't know why the characters are all coming together. Perhaps there's something going down, or I don't know. Perhaps just their paths will cross in various missions. So we're bringing in Michael's trailer, and you can see that on screen now. You can see instantly from the start he's this wealthy guy. He's got this seaside apartment. He has all the kind of the flash cars. He's got a long winding driveway. He's living the American dream, or the GTA dream. And this is totally different to what we've seen in the other trailers as well. We think he's a family man, from what he says in his trailer as well. So right at the start he says it. That could be his son. We know they both seem to... we've seen a clip of those two kind of say let's bounce, and we'll see that in this trailer as well. So we know he has his son, and he cares quite a bit about him, and this we're probably going to see quite a few family feuds. She's storming off now, obviously because of something Michael said. I'm curious as to how he's made his millions, or he's got this rich, so that'll be something to watch out for as well. Bikes, we know we had them in GTA San Andreas. Good to see him return. I quite like travelling around on a bike every so often, especially if it's set in San Andreas. That'd be kind of cool, because they weren't in Grand Theft Auto 4 as well. I guess it wasn't the type of game or the kind of city for bicycles and stuff like that. And again, what the hell was going on there with that guy, and who is she? Look at her eyes, she looks weird. And again, Vinewood, the big Vinewood sign. Take off that old Hollywood sign as well, so that's why they got Vinewood in there. And that's why I like Grand Theft Auto. It's all the little things like that. So like we'll have little Eiffel Towers and stuff like that, and we'll have Vinewood instead of Hollywood. I quite like that. Perhaps he's a businessman. That's a vibe that I got. A businessman. Perhaps he's a man-made businessman, and perhaps his business goes corrupt or something, because these guys are going to go into some trouble. There's a reason, and again, he likes the crime aspect of things. Perhaps he made his millions over crime. Perhaps Trevor likes. Again, although these are different characters, they will have some similarities intact. So perhaps Michael's business goes corrupt. Trevor offers a way to help him out and stuff like that. This isn't official, these are just things I'm thinking of kind of off the top of my head as well. Again, who's this character here? We see him a few times as well, that he was talking to a minute. He's quite a violent person as well. And again, his son there wearing the 07 shirt as well. And you can see that in the background. Golf, perhaps a little sport, perhaps a minigame, perhaps a cutscene. We don't know anything as of yet, until we actually play the game. And again, Michael lying down after a tough day. Again, you've probably watched this, and you're probably watching this for more of an explanation as to what Michael is going to be doing. Oh god, he's at a bank heist. I make it sound like it's the first time. Literally, I've sat down and I've watched this numerous times before. Air-to-air combat, that would be pretty cool. I believe there's 3 helicopters there. And again, I believe his son was in that helicopter, so again, perhaps we're going to get these missions where his son and his fatherly son sort of thing are going to go out, are going to be doing completing these missions together. God, my voice went weird then. Planes, yay. I don't know. Again, the explosions, I covered this, or I talked about it in Trevor's trailer. Explosions make a brilliant trailer, and Grand Theft Auto is no different and tends to do that quite often. So again, this is the guy who's in question. Who is he? In what relation does he have to Michael? Because we know we've seen him. He lives the high life. I think that's fair to say, and it's only right that Rockstar have made it so that they have these 3 characters from different backgrounds, so you get to experience the life. I quite like the gang background. I think that'll be my favourite one. It'll be one of the ones I spend the most time. Don't get me wrong. I will play the others out, and I'll play the game fully when I get it. I'll play Trevor and Michael, but I think my favourite will be Franklin's. One, because he's young, but I also like the gang kind of the way Rockstar does the gang sort of aspect in their games. I think that's really neat, and that's one thing I'm quite looking forward to as well. And again, I've mentioned this before. I hope there's this ongoing battle between gangs, in which I'm not sure if you remember in San Andreas we had the territories which you had to secure, and every so often a gang would try and take off or take over your territory. I quite like that aspect, and I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Grand Theft Auto, and I hope you guys are too. And again, I hope you check out this channel more frequently. The best way to do so is if you subscribe, and from doing so you'll get notifications and emails as and when I upload a new video. These are coming out weekly, I think, but yeah, I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.